welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a little overview of my, impressions of the E85 tune after getting maybe like 3 tanks of E85 and driving around. Also, just talking about the cold start, because if you guys follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you could see my cold start E85 videos. But anyways, we're gonna get this warmed up, and we're gonna also be getting an oil change done today. So it's gonna be quite an eventful video. There's just gonna be a lot of stuff going on, so hopefully you look forward to it, and let's get this car started. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Did you hear how long it took to warm or turn on? That shit took, I feel bad for the starter, but that took at least 3 seconds of continual pressure on the starter. So we got the oil change going down. I usually just use Pennzoil because it's usually the cheapest at Walmart. I don't really care to match the oil filter and the oil. I know some people want to do that, but I don't really care. In fact, this car is already at 183,000 miles, so I must be doing something alright because it hasn't broke down yet. Anyways, we're doing the oil change. It's been about 6,500 miles. I usually change it at 7,500. But lately the car's been burning a good amount of oil, so I'm like, might as well just change it all together rather than just keep putting in new oil. So yeah, we're doing that. But I do have some bad news. Yesterday on my way to work, I did receive a ticket. If it'll focus, I received a ticket for speeding. It was a 68 and a 45, so that's gonna be a lot of money. I think it's gonna probably be like maybe $600. Luckily, I haven't had a ticket in about 6 or 7 years, so I could do traffic school to not have the point on my record, but it still sucks. But I was definitely due because I do drive pretty illegally, I would say, in terms of speed. So I was definitely gonna get caught eventually, but luckily he didn't state ref me because my car was idling. It was on, obviously, because they tell you to keep it on. Well, actually, they usually tell you to turn it off. But anyways, he didn't tell me to. And it was idling kind of loud, so I'm lucky that he didn't state ref me. It sucks to get a ticket. Sucks to get a ticket, but at least I didn't get state ref. Calvin's already had 2 of those back-to-back. 3 back-to-back, so yeah, I'm lucky in that regard. But once we get the oil change done, I'll get into the E85 impressions. So this is the first official E85 fill up from a full tank. As you can see, I got 276 miles. I calculated versus the average I usually get about like 325, 330 on 91. So I calculated about a 15% my MPG loss basically. And then in terms of that, you have to keep in mind also, I wasn't driving the most fuel efficient. I did do random pulls here and there, a good amount of them. And also I drive in bumper to bumper traffic, so it's not the best MPG you can get, but this is about what you can expect, is about a 15% to 20% loss of MPG. So we'll look at the price to see the direct gas savings you'd get. But yeah, let's fill this up. The E85 is $299 here. The 91, even though it's not showing, I saw what it was before I started filling up. It was $5.19. So calculating the difference, you save about 40 or 45% in terms of costs. But if you subtract that from the 20% additional fuel consumption, you save about 20% on gas overall. So E85 is not really going to be designed to save you money on gas, but I guess it could technically save you a little bit. Just keep in mind the cost to convert the car. But other than that, yeah, you can expect about 20% additional fuel consumption, and then also about 20% fuel savings. So it's up to you if you would like to switch over. So as you can see, this came out to 52.53. It took 17 gallons, so obviously the Accord was super empty. But yeah, that's kind of a breakdown about the fuel. So I parked in a random parking lot to do this last part, but for the part of the video that you guys actually came to see, just basically talking about my thoughts of the E85. So I'm gonna break it down in two main things, the power and then the fuel consumption. So for the power, like the dyno video showed, you get about 10 to 15 wheel horsepower and torque gains, which is pretty good, especially on an NA car, because E85 does not do much for the NA cars. But in terms of daily drivability and like noticing it when driving, I would say you can feel a significant little bit more peppiness and a little more power in all the rev ranges, which is really cool because it makes driving a little more fun and also lets you get in front and merge easier, I guess. But in terms of the peak power, I'd say it does accelerate faster. I'd say maybe it's like another half car speed on the old setup, which is pretty significant. And then in terms of the fuel consumption, I'd say it's about 20% more fuel consumption, but you save about 40 to 50% on gas. So if you subtract those two together, I'm thinking you could save about 20% on gas. I don't know if that math checks out, but I'm hoping that it does. In terms of do I think it's worth it to go E85, I absolutely do, because first of all, it does give you good gains. Your car burns a little cooler, and the gas is cheaper overall, as long as you don't because for me at least, filling up my tank, it's only been like once a week. It still is once a week. It just might be a little bit sooner than later now that it's E85 and it burns a little faster. But yeah, in terms of what I would do if I had to do it all over, I would probably do the K-tuner right away as opposed to modding the other stuff, because that one had the most proven gain so far. Yeah, I've been enjoying the E85 tune. Hopefully everyone has been as well. I'm gonna do a full kind of cold start, some pulls and those kind of videos soon, but for now this is just gonna be my breakdown of the E85 tune impressions. I've had it for about a month, so yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next upload.